Okay, hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Tell the World Nation Saturday morning Zoom call. We're so excited that you are on because this is going to be an amazing morning of training. We have Miss Christy Card is back from the Arbonne Incentive trip, and she is on fire and ready to blow our socks off, so cannot wait to get to that. My name is Ruth Sherlock. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne. I'm Regional Vice President. And I'm just going to get this started with some announcements. So make sure that you have these written down before we jump into the training. So first things first, GTC has launched. So GTC is the biggest training of the year for us as Arbonne consultants. It's in Las Vegas. If you've not gone yet, you're going to be blown away. If you have gone, you know that you need to get your ticket right away. This year's theme is Limitless. And right now, anyone who is first step district manager and above is able to register early with the early bird price, and it's $100 off as an early bird. So you want to make sure that you want to get that before the end of October and right away. So if you're on this call right now, you want to get that ticket as soon as you get off, because last year it sold out in, I think, December or January. So make sure that you're there. This is huge for us. This is our once a year conference. Second thing, you know that we have our sign-up fee is waived this month for new consultants and preferred clients who place a qualifying order. So just make sure that you are using that incentive to its fullest potential. We have the Christmas cash incentive as well, so don't forget that you're earning that. If you didn't see, there are the before and afters that you can submit to Arbonne and get that cool little headband. So this is really, it's not just about the headband, it's also giving Arbonne more before and afters that we can post and share. So it's really important that we all take part in this. We also have the Kendra Scott Tell the World Nations incentive. So the top 3 in sponsoring this month are going to earn Kendra Scott. So you want your name on the list. So you want Kendra Scott jewelry in your hands and on yourself. We also have the champion breakfast. So we are going to the champion breakfast this morning. So I wanted to make sure and remind you guys that when you earn your district manager bonus, or you do what is the qualifications for it, so 5,000 in volume plus 5 new preferred clients, you are able to go to the champion breakfast. We're going to do this on the second Saturday of the month. So mark your calendars now that you are going to be earning that this month, and you will be there on the second Saturday of the month, okay? So that's the champion breakfast. We also have our Carlsbad Discover Arbonne and Recognition for those who are local to North County, San Diego. That's going to be the first Wednesday. So originally it was the first Monday, but we're moving it to the first Wednesday. It just works better with holidays and that sort of thing. So the first Wednesday of the month, Carlsbad Discover Arbonne and Recognition, that's going to be December 6th. So make sure that you are there. But we're packing the house with those new guests and new prospects and new consultants and everybody, so that we have just an amazing celebration that night and continue to grow as a nation. And then the last note I just want to share is to remind everyone, we're all aware of this, but we're over halfway through the month, right? And so at this point, if you don't like where you're at, the beauty of this business is that we can change it. So if you are looking at your numbers and you're looking at your sponsoring, more importantly, if you don't like where you're at, go out and change it, right? Hustle harder, do more, make those sacrifices that you know you need in order to hit the goals that you set out to hit. So that's it for announcements. Now I'm going to pass it on to Miss Christy Card to get our socks blown off. Christy.
Hey everybody. Good morning. It's super nice to be on this end of it, saying hello to all of you. I know these last 4 weeks have been totally insane for me. Many of you know, I can see all the names on here. So I know all of you on the call right now know what has happened in my life, at least a little bit. So I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about what happened in my life so that you are more familiar, so you can use it for your mission, because that's what we're on now. And I do have to apologize ahead of time. I'm a mix of stress, excitement, passion, grief. I'm a mix of a lot of different things. So I probably will come off a little bit harsher today than I have been in the past. I also probably will come off a little bit high octane. I don't really have a lot of patience for excuses at the moment in time. I don't really have a lot of patience for things that don't serve us. So I'm just warning you right now, get your pens and papers out because a lot of truth is going to be coming from my mouth today. So what really happened with my mom? Today is the 21st of October. 1 month ago today, on September 21st, she was brought home to hospice. I know all of you know my mom because she's on our team. She was an area manager, and she was diagnosed 3 months to almost to the day from diagnosis to death. And she died of leukemia. And what happened was, her being a hairdresser, she had an overexposure to a chemical called benzene over her 35 years as being a hairdresser. And what it did is it created a blood cancer and also bone marrow scarring. So no matter what we did, her blood cancer could have been treated, but with bone marrow scarring, it really couldn't. So I want to just let you guys know that we have a huge duty and a huge mission to be the people on this planet and on this earth that make a difference in other people's lives. Because, you know, this last month, I was there for my mom's last breath. I held her hand when she was choking, and I had to tell my daughter that her Gigi was gone and was never coming back. And these are things that are just not fair. And these are things that we as Arbonne consultants can teach other people so that it doesn't happen to them. So I hope that you take this to heart and you understand our importance. We don't sell lipstick. We don't sell products. We sell education and we change people's lives. And I am on a mission for the rest of my life to help as many people as I can, because I'm not going to let other people go through this as much as I did, and my family will have to endure for the rest of my life. So that's that. We have chemicals in our products in the United States. You all know that. Arbonne is incredible by not having those chemicals in our products, but we do it like this. We go, oh yeah, we don't have this, we don't have this, and we're toxic free. You guys, that's BS, to be honest. We need to tell people what these things do. We need to be outward focused instead of inward focused. Inward focus means you're concerned at what they're going to think of you when you talk to them. You're worried if they're going to say yes or not, and you're concerned if it's going to be QV for you. You need to be outward focused. You need to be focused on, I need to teach and educate as many people as I can. I need to get every single person on this earth on our product lines, all of our lines. I need to give this business away to every single person, because Arbonne is so different than anything that's out there, and you all know this, but it is our duty and it is our responsibility to do this for other people. So what have I been able to do because of this business over the last month, right? And a couple months prior to that, I had to be at the hospital a lot with my mom. I've been able to be with her the entire time. I've built a business of leaders, that's you guys, and I want to say thank you to all of you for doing above and beyond what I could have ever imagined for my family in this time frame, from food to love to decorating my house to organizing things and picking up my daughter, and you know, all these different things. You know, when you have an Arbonne business and you build it with intention, you build a network of people around you who are dreamers, who are doers, instead of the people that you were born with or you happen to be around in your regular life. Those people are dream stealers. They're miserable, they're unhappy. But when you build an Arbonne business, not only do you have your team, but you guys, when I went to Mexico, everyone was so sweet and kind to us and just lifted us up. And that's what you get. You get this incredible gift of the most amazing people on earth that are going to challenge you, that are going to be there for you when you need them. And I'm telling you, my impact journey is not going to happen just to me. It's going to happen to every single one of you. And I don't say that to scare you, but it will. You will have somebody pass away. You will have somebody lose a job. You will have somebody lose a house. You will have somebody lose a car. Whatever it is, you guys, you're going to have those impacts, every single one of you. So don't think, oh, you know, I'm really sad for Christy. I want you to be prepared for when it happens to you. And if I would have had to deal with this with a regular job, I would have been fired. I would have made no money. I would have been freaked out financially. And to be honest, my month's paycheck last month, because of all of you, was bigger than the month prior. So that really kind of speaks volumes of what we have at our fingertips. So what happened at our trip? I'm going to talk about AIT for a minute before I get into a lot of my training. So that was my 5th Arbonne AIT trip. Couldn't have been better timing, to be honest. So my mom passed away October 5th, and we left October 14th. So barely a week and a half later, we were on a plane to Mexico with my husband and my daughter. And we were welcomed with huge open arms. Arbonne had this like insane welcome party as we walked in with like food and drinks and past hors d'oeuvres. And we had a welcome party night where there was 550 Arbonne consultants there.
Hang on, everyone. I think that we lost Christy. Just give it just a second. She's trying to get back on now, so just hang on.
Sorry, guys. There was too many people logged in as me, so it kicked me out. So here we go again. AIT. It was absolutely incredible. We had food like crazy.
It looks like we lost her again. Hang on one second, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your patience. You know a message is going to be powerful when it's delayed. Hang tight.
Yes. I want to give this to Sophie. You forgot Evelyn. Ah, dang it. How do you spell her name? Evie.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you would not believe the attacks I'm getting on my life in the last couple months. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Everybody remember to mute your phone too, please.
Okay, what?
Just reminding everyone to mute your phone. There's somebody's phone that's not muted that I can't, yeah.
Oh, I can't mute anymore now that I'm not in.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So let me tell you about attacks really fast, since that's where this is going. When my mom was diagnosed, my computer entirely crashed, went black. My phone totally broke. My mom was diagnosed with cancer. I was throwing up because of morning sickness every day, every day. And then we had to go home for hospice. My mom passed away. My computer right now, this morning, both of my computers are not working. My cell phone is trying to kick me off Zoom. And my dog died this week. So when we talk about circumstances and we talk about excuses and we talk about things that happen in our life, you guys, here's the deal. You're just going to have to do it, and you're going to have to make it happen no matter what happens. There's going to be crap. There's going to be stuff, and you're going to have to work through it, and you're going to have to get over it. And just because my computers are not working and my phone is crashing and my dog is dead and my mom has passed away from leukemia, does that mean I'm going to stop? Does that mean I'm going to lay down? No, it doesn't. It actually pisses me off. Pisses me off because I know I'm being attacked, because I know what we have to do is that important. It is that important that I have to be attacked this hard over and over again, right? How crazy is that? So anyway, so about the trip, it was absolutely amazing. You all need to go. There was only 81 of us that actually earned level 5, and I've earned level 5 4 years in a row. And I'm not telling, or 3 years maybe. I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that because you can do this. If I can do this with a broken phone, a broken computer, you know, a mom pregnant with crazy life going on, moved twice this year, the excuses you have, I love you, but they're not worth it. You need to get it together, and you need to make it happen, because we're not here to make a lot of money. We're here to make a huge impact and make an amazing wealthy income at the same time. The impact is what's greater. So I'm just going to give you a couple statistics. So trip earners versus non-trip earners. Trip earners made 17 more times more money. We had 27 higher percent in sponsoring, and our central QV for our district was 66% higher than the average bear. And that just means those are the people who decided they wanted it. Literally, there's nothing that sets you apart from Cecilia Stoll, sets you apart from Miranda Bertram, that sets you apart from any of them. I talked to them this whole week, and every other time I've been on trips. They were exactly the same. They asked me tips, you guys. They're going to ask you tips if you were there too. They're just people. And I think sometimes we think we're not worthy enough, and that is bullhonky. And when I hear you say that, I'm actually going to pretend in my head, because I know that this is true. When you say you're not worthy, you're actually saying I'm just selfish, to be honest. And you know, as of October, just last Tuesday, so this past Tuesday, there was already 3,000 new independent consultants and 13,000 new PCs in October alone, in just the first 2 weeks of October. So those of you who say nobody wants to buy products, nobody wants to join my team, nobody wants to become a PC, that is bullhonky. In 2 weeks, 13,000 people became preferred clients in our Arbonne business, and 3,000 consultants joined our team in just 2 weeks. So you really have to get perspective and take off that unbelief and put on the belief and understand sponsoring is where it's going to make it happen. I want you guys to tell me 2 things in the chat box that make your business move. 2 things. There's only 2 things. We could take away everything else in our Arbonne business, and if we had these 2 things, you would get to nation. Does anybody know? I can't see the chat box. So Miss Sarah, will you be my my designated person who's telling me what people are writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Does anybody have any ideas? Activity.
Okay, so we've got activity, motivation, desire, do more, activity, belief.
Belief. You guys, it's sponsoring activity. That's it. Consistency, yeah, but doing that over a consistent period of time, yes. That's it. We could erase everything else. You already know how to do this. You know how to become a national vice president right now. You know how to become you knew how to become a national vice president when you started. So I want you guys to stop looking for an answer and start looking inside and deciding that's what you want to do. Because activity and sponsoring is the only way you will grow and get up there. It doesn't matter how much belief you have. It doesn't matter anything. All you need to do is consistently do your activity or sponsoring and you'll become a national vice president. That's it. That's how simple it is. And we try to create some kind of magical response because we want it to be easier. It's not going to be easier. You just need to do it. You just need to, instead of being like, oh, I need to do this training, or I need to do these Facebook Lives, or I need to do this. No, go talk to people and get it going. So Tracy Schultz, I'm going to talk to you about Tracy Schultz. I'm sure you guys saw, and I wanted to show you the picture, which now I can't because I can't share my screen. But on our team page, there was a graph that had Tracy Schultz business, and it was basically, it looked like this for a long time, and then it went crazy. Well, Tracy Schultz talked about how in the last 3 years, they've promoted over 34 regional vice presidents. Now, I can't see your faces because I'm on my phone, but Sarah will vouch for me. Raise your hand if you've been in Arbonne more than 3 years. And I'm sure everybody else can see you guys too. So if you've been in Arbonne more than 3 years, can you imagine if you saw 34 RVPs around you promoting and you be one of them too? So do you want to know how she did it? Guess what? She did it on activity and sponsoring, but focused with nutrition. Arbonne made it very clear multiple times with about 3 different trainers that nutrition is where they want us to focus. Absolutely, hands down, that's what they said. That's what they told us to do. And here's why Tracy Schultz said her business has exploded in the last couple years when they focused on nutrition. Number 1, it's consumable. It's edible every 30 days. We've talked about this. It builds relationships because when you use, oh, look at, you did share the screen. I love it. When you use the tracker, you're going to be tracking people and you're going to be calling them and talking to them and saying hello, and you're going to be building relationships with them. Now, Tracy Schultz's team, hear me well on this, you guys. Hear me well. She starts everyone, unless they're like obsessed and want to become a consultant, as a PC. Okay? What they do is they say when you're a new consultant, we want you to find 20 people to do the Arbonne nutrition. That could be you doing 20. That could be you plus 3 consultants on your team doing 20 because you had people join your team really quickly, or doing 5 each. Sorry. So you doing 20, or the 4 of you doing 5 each equals 20, right? But listen, watch this. If you found 20 people to do the nutrition, and yeah, that would probably mean you need to talk to like 80 people, your paycheck would be $930, your first paycheck. Your first paycheck. Do you think that a brand new consultant who got a $930 paycheck would be pretty excited, be pretty stoked about their business and their future and what was possible with this Arbonne company? I think so. I really do. If I got an almost $1,000 paycheck, my jerk of a husband when I first started would have had a different tune. So that's what they do, you guys. They find 20, and they actually find 20. They personally try to find 20 every single month, every single person personally. And what happens with this is they pop regions like crazy. Regional vice presidents in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And it's not that they're doing anything not okay. They're just taking what we do and multiplying it way faster. That's $6,200 in their very first month. That's district in their very first month. And if they did it with them finding 5 and 3 of their consultants finding 5, that is easy piece of freaking cake, you guys. So can you imagine if you duplicated that the next month, 12,400. The next month, 24,800. The next month, over region qual in month 4. That is what is going on in our Arbonne company with other people that are flying, okay? Number 3, it causes referrals because they're sharing their experience on social media and showing their weight loss. And people are like, what is going on? What's happening? And they're sharing their journey. And so other people want to know what's going on. They want to buy the product. And then when you get your PCs, you turn them into consultants. Guess what happens with that? Not only do you get the income from the PC and you get the new sponsoring, if you are a manager, this affects your bonus, sponsoring affects your bonus. You then upgrade them, and they count for 2. So you can have faster, more sponsoring. You're going to get PCs and consultants. And those who want to upgrade, teach them how to do the business. Those who don't want to upgrade, keep them as a PC. Who cares? Okay. I want you guys, and I was going to share my screen, which I can't anymore, but I'm going to tell you some volume numbers real quick. So you need to personally sponsor more. We need to utilize multiple reach out methods, obviously. Drops, product experiences one-on-one, product business meetings, one-on-ones with business meetings, healthy happy hours. Of course, you can do skincare still, but what is going to happen is nutrition is going to be faster. We need to utilize social media, but we do not sell on social media. Our social media posts are cute and fun. They're probably not income producing. So what I'm going to do, because time has become very precious to me since my mom passed away, and I've become very clear on what I need and what I want. I'm only going to do things that are income producing and or family time or things that make my soul happy. Anything that's non-income producing, even if it's kind of fun, I'm not going to do it because it's not going to get me to where I need to go, and it's not going to get my business to where it needs to go, and it's not going to be that family time that I need. We need to do personal activity first. Don't look down anymore. Don't look up anymore. Look straight in that mirror and look at you. So, I want you to write this down, you guys. This was a huge eye-opener for me. 20 to 30 either PCs or independent consultants in their first couple months as a brand new consultant will equal regional vice president within 6 to 11 months. Here is the flip side. Sponsoring only 10 PCs or independent consultants a month consistently will get you to region in 2 to 3 years. That is a huge difference. I want you, to put away pride for a second and raise your hand if you have consistently, even for the last 1 year, sponsored 10 PCs or independent consultants into your business. Raise your hand. I'm going to be honest, last couple months I have not me. Right. So if you guys think you're going to go region and you want to go region, you're going to go region once you finally consistently sponsor 10 PCs or independent consultants a month, but it's going to take you 2 to 3 years. So if you're not where you want to be right now, guess what you need to do? You need to get on the sponsoring train hardcore, and you need to get on the personal activity train hardcore, and stop waiting for your team and start doing it yourself. So here's what we need to do. I'm going to put out a challenge to all of you. There is no incentive prize attached. It is just a bigger paycheck for you. And so many of you have said you wanted to go area, you want to go region, you want to go halfway, you want to go nation, including myself. This month, in the next 11 days, this is the call to action from Tracy Schultz from the event. You get your nutrition, you do the nutrition starting in November, but you get your nutrition in October. You, in the next 11 days, get 10 people to do the nutrition. 10. That's about 1 a day. Okay? Ruth Sherlock, who's our regional vice president on the team with me, she got 10 people to do the nutrition when she was finishing area in a single day. You will do it if you want to do it. That is all there is to it. The next challenge group does start November 6th. But watch what happens. If you have one of you, so a team of 1, it's just you, that's okay. You do the nutrition and you find 10. You have 3,100 extra QV just from that you will get. If you are a team of 5 times 10 of you do 10 sets per each person, that's 15,500 extra QV in the next 11 days. If you are a team of 10 of you getting 10 sets over the next 11 days would give you 31,000 extra QV. 10 people. If you were a team of 20 of you doing 10 sets would give you 62,000 QV. If you were a team of, like me, 60 something or 80 something that want to do the business, if all of us did 10, you guys, we would do like $500,000. That's what's crazy, is you have so much more power than you think, and you just have to get to it. So that is my challenge to you. There is no incentive. It is all on you. It is your decision. It is your chance to make that extra money and your chance to build your business and get to region to walk that stage by the next 6 months at GTC. So with that, you have to be consistently doing the work each month, obviously. And if those of you, I know there are quite a few of you that really do the work. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you right now that Miranda Bertram said. If you've been doing the do for a long time, you haven't been doing it with the right people. So with the right people, anything is possible. I'm going to tell you a story Donna Weiser shared. She was on stage and they were talking about, like, what do you do when you have a consultant who you really know they have a lot of potential and you want them to succeed, but you keep reaching down to them, you keep trying to help them, and you keep trying to basically save them, right? Well, Donna Weiser put out both of her hands and held Dana Collins' hands and said, this is what it looks like. And so I want you, I'm going to turn the thing so I can see your faces. I want you to reach both your hands out to me. All of you guys. Okay, Lori, I'm grabbing your hands. I got your hands, Lori. If I'm holding both of her hands, how many hands do I have focused outward, building bigger, newer business? 0. I have 0 hands focusing outward, bigger business, right? If I have one hand on her, trying to pull her, trying to, come on, let's go. How many hands do I have focused on building new? Only 1. What it should look like instead is we have to be the people who are going to where our sponsors are like, like holding on to us like, oh my gosh, chasing after us. Or you look back to them only when you need them. You don't need anybody or anything to get you to where you need to go besides your downline. Okay? So if you're holding you're holding everyone's hands by going like this and you're trying to pull them, what is happening is they're actually pulling you and they're pulling you down. They're pulling you away from the people who need you. They're pulling you away from your greatness. They're pulling you away from sponsoring. They're pulling you away from your paycheck. They're pulling you away from your family. So you need to get very clear on where your hands are and where they need to be going. Does that make all sense, everyone? Yeah, okay. That was a big eye-opener for me too. Okay. Your current team that you have will do the same as they do right now or less from this point forward. Also, every 1,000 QV that you have on your team, you need to match it by sponsoring. So say you're an area manager and you have your 10,000 volume. Your team better be sponsoring 10 or you're going backwards and you're going down and you're going to be losing your area. If you're an area manager and you're sponsoring 20, guess what? Your numbers will probably very soon reflect halfway to region, which is 20,000. If you're an area manager and your sponsoring reflects 40, guess what? You're probably very close to going region. So sponsoring is what reflects our volume, not the opposite. We need to move, and with this understanding, you guys, I want you to stop thinking about numbers. I want you to start thinking about how many people you can talk to a day, a week, a month, because the numbers will come when you have the movement of people. And when you're coming from your heart, you have to move people. We need to tell people what our mission is. We need to ask them to be a part of it. Because I know all of you in my business knew my mom, right? Because I'm looking at your faces. You knew my mom. This isn't some strange person that didn't exist. She was with us at GTC. She was at all the events. She went to all of our meetings. This is a real live person. This is my mom. We know her. This is real. We have to move people and tell them that they're important and tell them that they're worthy and tell them that our business is worthy and tell them that our products are important and that there's chemicals out there that are killing people, literally killing people. And if you Google benzene right now and you Google benzene causes, it says benzene causes leukemia. How ridiculous is that? If that doesn't make you freak out or like cry or yell or scream or upset or make your stomach turn, there's something wrong with us, you guys. They know it. They know it. They've known it for a long freaking time. Do they do anything about it? No. So the only people who can are us. That's it. I feel like I'm going way over because we got all messed up. So sorry, friends. I'm just going to keep rolling. If you need to go, you need to go. Okay. Leaders are outward focused. We know that the world is desperate. And if you act like the world needs you, because they freaking do. They do. They need financial security. I mean, Laura, I'm looking at you. Your poor little baby's in the hospital all the flipping time. What the flip? That's not okay. It's not fair. And financially, your family has struggled because of the time investment you've had to put into that baby girl. Okay, you guys, people are like us. They need us. There's so many people, you guys. There's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of freaking people who are financially struggling, who are putting benzene all over their body and dead animals and mineral oil and toxic shites all day long, and they don't know. And I'll tell you what, Lori, your age group and my age group are the ones that will die. Our grandparents didn't have all this crazy crap in the products, okay? My grandparents. My daughter is okay because she's eating non-GMO, gluten-free, blah, 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 blah. It is our age group and our parents' age group that are going to die. And when they say, oh, look, I've been so okay for this long, my father-in-law died at 59 and my mother died 1 month into her 60th birthday. They were both not even barely 60 years old. This has got to be a major wake-up call, and I hope you are hearing me loud and clear. All of us who are on this call are in the age group of scariness. Yes, get mad, get really freaking mad, because we are the ones that are screwed. We are the ones that are in trouble. We are the ones that need to help the other people who are in our same situation. And we are the only ones who can do it. On the way over to Mexico, I was, this whole trip I've been like mad, sad, like kind of just a disaster. And on the airplane, I watched Wonder Woman. And then I read the first chapter of this book, The Motivation Manifesto. And I definitely think everybody should get this because it is, and I'll read some of it at the end, is very loud and clear for our purpose on earth. And you obviously know I understand motivation is a liar and discipline is the ultimate. But we have to be the people that are going to be the heroes. We're the only ones left, you guys. And if that's scary and it scares the pants off you, good. Because that means that it's putting something in your heart and it's making your body want to move and move forward. We're the only ones that care. Benzene causes leukemia. It is on freaking line. That is ridiculous, okay? So, volume and sponsoring. I'm going to say it like 5,000 times. That's what you need to focus on. Who cares what your numbers are? I could care less. If you sponsored 10 people and your numbers didn't hit your maintenance, who cares? Guess what? The month after will be your biggest month because volume matches sponsoring and it will follow it. If you have a lot of numbers based on just volume, it's going to fall apart. It has to be based on sponsoring. And you know what's fun? You are actually in control of your width. So that means you're in control of your sponsoring. That also means you don't need your upline. That also means you're 100% in control of your paycheck. You are 100% in control of your success. Just you, not your team, just you. And building your business will be the only thing that will serve you. If you don't build your business, what do you have? You have the life that you have right now, and that's why you started Arbonne, because you wanted something different. So you need to go after the people who make you sweat in your armpits instead of the people who are just going to say yes. Because the people who are just going to say yes are going to need this. The people who are going to make you sweat in your armpits, you're going to be chasing after them. That's what you all need. And you need to come to them and tell them why you thought of them. Because they're this, this, and this, and tell them what's in our products. Don't come to them hoping you get a yes and praying you get that QB. There's a very different vibe with that. And you know what, if you have somebody that you want on your team or you would love to have in your business, and coffee with me, I promise I won't talk to you about Arbonne again. Because some of these people who are, stubborn little turkeys, and I'll tell you what, I was one of them, you might have to tell them to get them off the hook a little bit, and that's okay. So regions get stuck where they're at because they have too many priorities, other priorities. And you need to be the best consultant in your team. And I'm just letting you know, you're the varsity player playing with the JV team right now. We all are. We all are. You have to be the best. And you need to find more people who are better than you. And you're going to have to let go of some things in your life, some of these priorities that you put first for a season, if this is what you want. And you think about your life, and it's a bunch of buckets. Let's pretend there's like 5 buckets sitting in front of you, and each bucket has ping pong balls in it. And there's a bucket of family time, there's a bucket of gym, there's a bucket of, hobbies, there's a bucket of work, which is Arbonne, there's a bucket of maybe a second job, you have an actual other job. And these ping pong balls equal time. You might have to take some ping pong balls out of maybe the family bucket for a second, maybe the hobby bucket, right? And put it into the Arbonne bucket, because sooner or later, all the ping pong balls that are in the work bucket, that's like the non-Arbonne job, will go away. And then they can be distributed into the other buckets. But it takes that time of sacrifice for you guys to get to where you want to be. So you need to do more, be more and do less. Be more and do less. And what do I mean by that? You need to do more activity, but you need to work with the people who really want it. Be more and do less, okay? If you plan to promote, you have to ask yourself, how many people do I have in qualification for district? How many people have I sponsored? And how many people am I going to be promoting this month? It is about people. This business is about people. And those of you who are emotionally driven people, which is basically 99% of my team, because there's emotionally driven people and there's goal-driven people, I love you because you're all beautiful hearts, and beautiful hearts are emotionally driven people. You are driven by people, okay? You're not driven by numbers. So go help people. You goal-driven people, go help people, and the numbers will come anyways, and you'll hit all the prizes and all the trips and all the jewelry, right? It's okay, and here's the thing. It is okay not to be ready right now. It is okay not to be ready ever, but it's also a choice. It's someone choosing their circumstance over their dreams. And you really don't want to be stopping sponsoring until you have 4 people who are chasing your butt. If you have 4 people chasing your butt, you found some good people, and you found people who made your armpits sweat. If you don't have anybody chasing your butt, you better freaking keep going. Because it isn't about me going nation. Nation is nothing, right? Nation is cool, but that's nothing. It's about all of you guys going nation. I don't want to be a nation. I want to be a nation times a million, because a nation a million wide means there's 100 million people that we touched or more. That's what that means. And you have to really ask yourself, what pain are you willing to sustain? Because there's going to be pain. I'll tell you what, there's pain when you call people. It doesn't feel good when you get a no. There's going to be pain when you're scared and you pick up the phone and you don't want to do it. But what pain is worse? Being financially stuck, never seeing your family, missing your kid's childhood? Which pain is worse? The pain of all of those are way worse. You better pick up that phone and stop acting like a baby. Put those big pants on and get it together. I'm serious. The phone is not going to eat you. The person on the other side is not going to yell at you. And if they do, they're going to be putting benzene on their body, and that's really sucky. And that is your fault for not telling them. Right? So what other option do you have in life, you guys? There is no other option. Arbonne is the only option. It's the only way you could take a month off and still get paid and go on a family vacation and be there when you need to be there, and give to whatever charity you want. It's the only thing that exists. So you guys putting one foot in and one foot out, you're pointing your feet in the wrong direction. Both feet need to be pointed, and your heart needs to be pointed in the right direction for you to actually go the right way. So the foot that's halfway out the door needs to stop, and it needs to turn, needs to face the right direction, because your heart is facing the wrong direction when you have one foot out. You need to face the right direction. You need to put both feet in. You need to be serious. So my call to action for all of you guys, stop the excuses. Live up to your dreams. You need all the stuff that you all told me you wanted to do, you better all do it. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to call you out now. You need to stop this one foot out the door business. You need to do this nutrition challenge. You and finding 10 in 11 days. Why the freak not? Reach out to them. Hey, I'm doing this nutrition challenge. I'm super stoked. I have so many people that have had so much success. If I send you a video, will you watch it? How scary is that? Not scary. And you're going to have to send it to more people. You're probably going to have to send it to like 50 to get the 10. It's all about numbers. And if they say no to you right now, they're probably going to say yes to you in December because they're going to want to do it in January. So you're prepping people, okay? Don't let these no's get to your head because it doesn't matter what they say. You need to make this month and every month after your biggest sponsoring month ever. That's how you will grow, and that's how you will get the life that you want. If you want to be an RVP, it's 6 months till April. It's 6 months till we walk across the stage. Right now is when you have to decide if it's worth it or not. You can be a brand new stinking consultant. I could sponsor someone tomorrow, and they can walk the stage at GTC if they're ready to be coachable and ready to do what they need to do. So it doesn't matter where you're at right now. It does not matter. So are you willing to let go of, or actually, here's a question. Are you willing to let another year go by with you struggling and not walking that stage at GTC? Are you willing to endure that pain? That pain of you not being financially stable, that pain of you not being able to pay your bills on time, that pain of you not seeing your husband, that pain of you not being able to take your kids to Disneyland or pay off your mortgage or help the charity that really means a lot to you. Are you willing to deal with all that, or are you just going to pick up the flipping phone? Pick up the phone. Go talk to people. Go help them. So I'm going to read something. Hopefully my phone doesn't die, but from the Motivation Manifesto. Most of us are not maturing as fast as we're able. We are on a constant pause. We wait and we wait to find out who we are, to declare our dreams, to struggle for what we want, to open ourselves fully to love and to live. We await personal courage to arise within us. We're waiting for us to be courageous, right? Or for society to grant some ill-defined permission to activate our potential. We have forgotten that courage is a choice, and that permission to move forward with boldness is never given fearfully by the masses. Most have forgotten that seeking change always requires a touch of insanity. Who cares, you guys? Some of you might think I'm totally nuts right now, but you know what? I'd rather be nuts, happy, motivated, saving people's lives than be sitting doing nothing and being mediocre and average. If taking action before the perfect cause arises, or before we receive permission is unreasonable or reckless, then we must be unreasonable and reckless. We must remember we are not the sum of our intentions, but of our actions. Bold and disciplined initiative is our savior. It allows us to rise, to leap, to soar to the heights of true greatness. We must not lose urgency of this moment, as it begs for us to begin something grand and important. For this, we now declare we shall advance with abandon. Instead, we must have strong refusal to break. Choose that mighty lift of courage, that soaring commitment to love, that grand ascent to the realm of character that is contingent with our biggest values. We must do better. We must surface an honorable few, unafraid to challenge the direction of the world. We shall make this happen, right? Those of these people who don't believe us, they didn't believe in us or support us or cheer us on when it mattered most. We must therefore not await their assistance or approval any longer. We must hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in battle, should they stand in our way of our dreams, but be in peace and assistance with our friends. Let us not hope for mere chance to change our story. Let us summon the courage to change it in ourselves. Right? You guys, literally, it's time that we stop waiting for somebody else to say it's okay to be courageous. Stop waiting for permission of somebody else to tell us we're doing a good job. Stop waiting for someone to join our team to change our life. It doesn't come from anyone else. It comes from inside. It comes from us. But we do have the duty. And I'll tell you what, everybody on my team, this is what you're going to hear from now on. It is our duty, in my mother's name, to make this right for other people, right? It is our duty. It is our responsibility. It is our must, and we have to. So with that, you guys, I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Ruth. I love you.
Sorry, I'm like writing myself all these like notes and inspiration things, like listening to you and going crazy, and my computer is like crazy sauce. Yeah, thank you so much. There's nothing else to say other than thank you, Christy, because I'm like, it's time, and I'm mad and I'm frustrated, and it's good, and I'm so thankful that you came to us with these convictions, and it's not sugarcoating it, and that we need goal-driven people and people who are, I might have cursed a little bit, but hard arses. Like, we need people who are fighting for things and not just people who are, you know, we want people that love people, and that's important, but also people who don't back down from a fight. And so that was my big takeaway. But I'm just like, I have sweaty armpits right now and I need to go. But thank you guys so much for getting on. Christy, thank you for living out of your heart and convictions. You're amazing, and I cannot wait to see you in a second and give you a squeeze at the champion breakfast. You guys earn the breakfast GTC, so there's that. Signing off. Sorry, guys. Bye.